Don't mind all this sun business. It's Randee for Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here in the green room, and I have project number 2 from the bargain bead box. So it's afternoon time because I just got done doing all the fae things and the cow things, and now this is the time of day that we have. So anyway, here I am gonna do project number 2 from the January 2022 bargain bead box. If you've been following along with the mini series, I thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here. Please make sure you give this video a like. Leave it in the comment that you like this kind of content, and I will continue to make it. So without further ado, let's get down to the mat, get this party started. Alrighty, party people, here we are. This is project number 2. So I have all these little tiny garnet, some chain, 3 of these little filigrees, and then the quartz. So this is what is going to make up project number 2. So I did not have with me any red bronze or whatever you call this, anti-copper head pin. So I am going to use gunmetal. I'm pretty okay with that choice, actually. We'll see if they fit on there. We got to get these guys ready to go. But yeah, so we shall see what we get here. So these guys are so cute, these little tiny guys. They're like 2 millimeters or something. All right. So let me just first see if these are going to fit on here. And if they're not, oh yeah, looks like they are. Okay, great. All right, all right. So what do we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on each thing. 5, 10, 15. We gotta do a little bead math here. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If we go like that, that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for each. Okay. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for that one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for this one. Okay. Still leaves us with quite a few left. So I do want to do, let's see, I want to do some extra on this middle one. Probably 2 extra for the middle one here. And we could go 4, 5. That's a little bit much. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Four, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 5 extra. 5. 5. Okay. So these ones will just be extra for now unless we add them into other places. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to show you how I'm going to wind these up to make it a little faster. And then I'm going to fast forward through me making them all so that we can get on with the next step. So how I'm going to do this is I'm first going to take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and get my tools. I'm going to use the round nose, and I'm going to need a cutter. Okay, and I'm going to cut right here above my finger. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of this, and I'm going to just start twisting it down so that it creates a loop. Okay, so it looks like this. So there's one. The next one, I'll do 3. 3. So I am going to create these with, I'm going to connect them all with jump rings, with oval jump rings. And I do that anyway because I like how the movement. Now, if you wanted to connect these, you would obviously be able to wind them up a different way. But this is just what I'm doing for this, because I'm going to connect them with jump rings. So I'll do one more, putting on the beads in the pattern that I want. Maybe I am. Oh, there we go. And cutting it off and then winding it down. Okay. And that is what I'm doing. So I'm going to wind up the rest of them, and then we'll work on the pendant. Alrighty, so the next step is to get yourself some little 4mm rounds. I know I said I was going to use ovals, but let me zoom in. There we go. But I just thought these would work. And so I am going through the loop here and then attaching them onto each of the little links. I'm doing a pattern starting with 4 and then 3, 4, 3, 4. I'm doing the outside ones first, and then I'll work on the center one because that one's a little different. So these are turning out really well. And I am pretty excited about it. Okay, so then after we get these on, we're going to actually go back through here and kind of give them a little bend so that they lay a little straighter instead of being curled up. And then we'll move on to the pendant one. Easy peasy. Also, if you did not want to use these like this, these would make really cute earrings if you made them a little longer. Okay, so right here, I'm going to just take this and kind of put my nail in there and bend it out. So I'm making that lollipop shape, as we talk about a lot with cymbal loops, by just giving that top of that pin a little bend. and then they will hang straight. There we go. A little straighter. Okay, so this one is done and this one is done. So now I'm going to work on the middle one. So the middle one is a little different. I ended up, so I got 4 beads, 4 beads, 3 beads, 3 beads. Now, I made 2 extra ones. Both of the extra ones have 3 little beads on them. And my idea is that I'm going to wire wrap this center and hang these kind of on top. I might even have to make a couple of more of them, but we'll see how it goes. So to do this, I'm actually just going to use 24 gauge copper wire, and I'm going to wrap the top. So I'm going to get about a foot of the 24 gauge. And let me zoom you out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through this top. And I'm going to leave about, what is that, 3.5 inches. That is a little excessive. You don't really need that much. And then I'm going to fold it up. And I'm going to get my bail making plier here. And I'm just going to go over the top. And just wire wrap this as I normally would. So I'm going and wrapping it around. And I'm actually going to take these tails and I'm going to go all the way down past where this little hole is right here. So as I'm going with both of the tails right here, I kind of gotta make sure that they're laying right, because I'm only going to be going with one in the end. So I'm wrapping, and as you can see, I'm being pretty precise about where I'm putting the wraps around the top of the gemstone. So I'm being quite particular about that. And things seem to be going well, and I'm just going to keep building. And I am going to go ahead and take that off there once it's a little more like able for me to hold on to. And I'm just going to hold on to it with my finger. And I'm going to keep going. And as you can see, my one tail is now done. So I'm just going to go ahead and just push it in with my finger for right now. And now I'm just going to go with one wire. And still building. Still being precise. And at this point, you can go as far as you would like to go. If you want to stop, that's completely up to you. I'm just going to keep going around until I'm out of wire. Okay, so right here, clearly this will be the front. And the back, where my wire has ended, I'm very carefully going to attempt to get a hold of it, spin it in so it has kind of like a little notch, and then I'm just going to push it up. Now you have to be careful when you try to push it up that you don't mess up your wraps. But for the most part, that's all you need to do with that. As long as you got the kink in there, it's going to stay upright, and you should be good to go. Okay. If you do have some kind of issue, you can always kind of just, you know, get it kind of worked out with your fingers. This wire is very bendable, and when it warms up, it makes it even more easy to work with. So, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. There we go. So there we go. Now, we are going to move into the next portion of putting it onto this little pendant. So I want this to hang down a little further than the rest, clearly because it's the focal. So I am going to use an oval jump ring for this, and I'm just going to use a small 6mm. Okay. And I now notice that in order to get this hooked up, this has got to spin. So I'm going to give it a half a spin so it's going the other direction. And I'm going to get my oval jump ring on there. And then I can better assess what the situation is here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on to the front one of these little guys, and I'm also going to add one to the back. No. Both to the front. Okay. So, not really loving that. So let me just put this on here and see where we're at. Oh, I put it on there backwards, apparently. I put it on there backwards. Okay, put it on there the right way. There we go. Okay. That's better. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I actually am going to wind up a few more of these. I'm going to make a couple of them longer, a couple of them shorter. And then I'm going to hang them kind of on here with a jump ring. So let me do that. I kind of want them to hang at different lengths. So I've already got 2 that have 3 on there. So I'm going to do one that has 5. So now I have one that has 5 and 2 that have 3. So I'll do one that has 2. And one that has 1. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is to attach them, I'm actually going to get a larger jump ring here. Oh, do I not have a larger red bronze one? I've got 4mm rounds, and then I have ovals. I didn't really want to use an oval. I wanted to use a round one. So I guess I did not check that. Let me see if I got a copy. here we go. So I do have a copper one that's a little bigger. I would say this one is probably like a 6. And I am going to use that. So I'm going to load this whole jump ring up with these little guys. And the placement doesn't really matter because they're supposed to be, you know, hanging, being kind of tapered and what have you. So, but if it's important, it looks like looks like I'm dropping stuff. It looks like I put them on 3, 5, 3, 1, 3. 3, 5, 2. I'm sorry. 3, 5, 2, 1, 3. It was my pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to attach it right where this is attaching to this oval jump ring, right where our focal is attaching. Close it up. Yeah, I like that because that jump ring that matches that copper wire actually looks really good because it kind of makes it appear like that's supposed to be there, like that's part of the focal, even though it's not. So that's cute. And they're supposed to kind of trickle down onto it like that. So loving it, loving it. Now we go with just adding on our pattern. So again, 4 goes on the end here. And then 3. Same on the other side. Do 3s. And the last one right here. All right, so here's what she looks like. We're going to go ahead and bend those like the others. So we're just using our our fingernail and bending in that little indent so that they stand up like lollipops. There we go. And then they just lay a little straighter. I'm very happy with that. I like it. So now, looks a little funny laying down, but once we get it standing up, it'll be doing pretty good. So here we are with all of our little bits put together. And now we have to build the necklace part. All right, you guys, so now we got some decisions to make. Here we have our 20-inch chain. So I did measure this. It is 20 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ends and I'm going to put them into this wire on the very end of each link, just so I can see where exactly our middle is at. All right, so okay, so now when I'm working with the chain, the first one I'm going to put on is the center link. So I'm just kind of bringing it down here to see where we are at. And it looks like we're going to be right here. And there's a couple of ways that we could do this. You can measure it out, count links, do whatever you want. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach these with oval jump rings. So I think I put my jump rings. Oh, here they are. Now, here's the thing. You could cut out the chain so that the chain isn't on there, so the chain doesn't show if you want for each of these. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make sure that I'm hooking to links that are laying outward. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me zoom in. So I'm going to take my 6mm oval jump ring. And I'm looking here and it looks like I'm going to want to hook into this one and that one. So that leaves 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So where I'm going to hook into in the middle of this, I don't know if you can see this. As a matter of fact, let me write it out for you, so you know. Because this part is going to be important. I'm looking for a piece of paper. Here's a tag. Because you want to make sure they're hanging on outward links, because this is Rolo chain. So I'm going to hook onto links that are outward. So there's 2 links. So basically, okay, so this is what this looks like. So you have a link that is outward, one that is sideways, one that is outward, one that is sideways, one that is outward. So I'm going to hook into these 2, meaning that when I'm looking at it, I should have 1 link facing outward and 2 that are sideways. Okay, so then you hook into this one and that one. And we're going to want to make sure we do that on each one, because if we don't do that, the chain is going to flip and then it's going to not show correctly. So let's get that completed. So I'll start on this side, hook up my thing, and then I'm going to hook right here. Oop. Now I messed it up. This one. Once I have that first one going, it should be easy to calculate the next one, because there's going to be sideways link, close, or like forward facing link, sideways link, and that means I hook into that one right here. So now I'm going to spin these links to the back so that the, the closing part isn't showing in the front. And And there we go. Maybe now you can see a little better what I'm talking about the open link and then the two sideways ones in between. So now we got that on there. Hello, party people. Editing Randee here. Day two. So let me tell you what. I finished this necklace with the 3 filigree, and it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. But I had a little trouble. I wasn't really in love with the way it was laying. And I think it's because maybe I moved them up too far on the chain or something. But anyways, after I got it completed, I was like, you know, I think what I want to do is just do it with one and then do earrings, matching earrings. So let me show you what it looks like. I'm just going to move this down. Okay, so here's what it looked like. Here's what it looks like in the end. Oh, zoomed in too far. And this was fine, but when it was hanging, these hung down kind of funny. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these off. I'm going to make these matching earrings so that it's just like this with matching earrings. So I'm going to grab up a little extra of this chain, I think. Well, maybe. To make these into earrings. So let's get to doing that. And I'm just going to take these off of here. And I think I will just enjoy this more. I think it would make it easier to wear. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so in the end then, this is just the focal necklace, which I like. I like this a lot. I think it's cute, and I think just having one is going to make it more of a focal. So there's that. So now we will just go into the earrings, which I know this wasn't in the plan, but you know, hey. So I'm thinking I might be able to just use these oval jump rings. And you could use chain if you wanted to add a little chain here so they're longer, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to be able to just pull them together and put on an earring wire. Yes. So there is that. And then the earring wire. Do I have any earring wires in here? One second. Okay. So I'm actually ending up using 4 oval jump rings. Let me see. I think I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go one more. I want them to be a little more dangly. I'm gonna use this round one just because it's out here on the mat. Yeah, that'll be cute. Alrighty. So you still, oh, sorry. So you still get a little dangliness. So I'm really into that. So I'll do the other one now. So we're using 4 of the oval and then 1 4mm round. We'll do it again. And I just think this little set is going to be cute. And then once I got those loops on there, I can just go through both loops. And then add this one on top. And then add this little round one. And this little round one is going to make sure it hangs correctly on the earring wire I have. Yeah. Okay, so here it is in the end. So we got the earrings, and then the little pendant. So I am quite happy with it now. More happy than I was before with just having, when I had all three on there. I don't know why. I mean, it works, and if you like that, wonderful, but I don't know. I think this is a little cute. So there we go. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can find me on the internet again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.